Hi, I'm Dr. Ben Newman. I'm a coronavirus researcher with, I don't know, I think it's like 25 years experience with these dumb viruses. Um, this is an update to give you a little picture of where we are right now and what's going on. The overall picture of variants over time has really shifted. We had a while where there was a lot of diversity. That's over on the left side. So each of these little blocks, think of them as the market share of a particular variant. And along the bottom, we've got time. So you can see back in March, it's mostly alpha, like 2/3 alpha, and a third other stuff. Whereas look now, and it is a delta world out there. Delta, delta, delta. Yeah. But it's not just delta, of course. There are now many sub-variants of delta. There are around 100 of them that have been named. There are around a dozen of them that are big enough to be kind of on some people's radars. The big one at the moment is a thing called AY4. It's doing very well in Europe, but it's not doing particularly well anywhere other than Europe. So it's on the list, you can see. But yeah, in Europe, it is roughly 3/4 of what's coming out. And everywhere else, it is a little bit less than that, one of the minor ones. So it's not as dominant as that particular graph makes you think. It's just that Europe and the UK in particular sequence a lot of virus. And if I had a hat, it would be coming off to them. Yeah, because that's how we get out of this thing is with good intelligence, good information. Yeah. All right. So next and final slide. Yeah, and the last thing is that here's the current vaccine picture, and I just thought it's nice to show the actual graphs. These are from the FDA meeting, but similar graphs would have been shown at European places and probably in any country that's considering boosters right about now. So here are all the different age groups, and they're separated out. Each color is a different age group. And you can see that from the oldest to the youngest, with the exception of the ones that haven't had the vaccine very long and are fewer in number, you've got the same rate of decline in protection. So this is actual protection against infection. This is actual protection against hospitalization, which would include death in there, because usually you go to the hospital before you die. Yeah. And so this is a somewhat worrying picture, and this is kind of the reason why we would like eventually to see everybody get boosters. Now, there's a question of there are some people that are still waiting in line to get their first shots, and I think that is a real issue. Increasing vaccine production, definitely a thing that I would be doing if I ran the world, which I definitely do not. But also, this sort of decline here means that roughly 50% of the people, if they get exposed, are going to get infected. If it's been something like greater than 5 months, so figure 6 months yeah, or more since their vaccination, and I would be in that category. The other slides from this presentation, which you can look at right down there at the bottom, go on to show that everybody who gets vaccinated, no matter what the age group and no matter which vaccine you had before, in another follow-up study, gets a giant increase in antibodies to well over the peak amount that they had right after the second vaccination. So, yeah. Benefits for everybody, no increased side effects or anything weird like that everybody always worries about. You know, when COVID actually kills you, it's the weirdest thing. So there you go. That's the idea. Yeah, boosters, pretty good idea. There you go. And the boosters still work against Delta, all the Deltas. So yeah, there you go. Thanks very much. This has been Ask Dr. Ben.